I first met my grandmother after arriving in Vancouver from Ireland. We had traveled by sea across the Atlantic to New York City, by train to Montreal, and across Canada to the West Coast. We were greeted at the Canadian Pacific Railway station on Vancouver's waterfront by my grandmother, grandfather, and several other relatives. I was 3 years old. We were whisked away by car across the Lions Gate Bridge to my grandmother's home in North Vancouver. It was December, just after Christmas, and the house was decorated for the season. We all received a gift from under their tree. Mine was a toy train. Time passes, and after about a year, we move into our own house. We frequently visit with my grandparents, and because we don't have a car of our own, we are often chauffeured in theirs. The car was a 1937 Plymouth Coupe. It was a two-door with a bench seat, large bullet-shaped headlights on the front fenders. 2 adults and a driver could squeeze into the front seat. Because of my small size, I was relegated to ride lying down in the space between the top of the front seat and the rear window. Not a very safe arrangement, but at that time not against the law. Over the next few years, we enjoyed many special occasions together. I remember my grandmother always had bottles of orange crush standing by for when my cousins and I invaded their quiet home. I was 9 years old when my grandmother passed away, 6 short years after our first meeting. Too young to really understand the grief and sorrow that overcame my family. Too young to understand what death was all about. Many years have passed since that day. I now understand a little more about death and dying. These few memories are precious. They are all I knew of a life that spans 71 years. They will have a place in my memory always. I don't want to forget her.